today's video, I've actually made notes, and the topic is immersing yourself in a painful experience. And the inspiration for this video comes from a beautiful book that I read recently. This is the book right here, and it's been truly life-changing for me in so many ways. I already knew a lot of stuff, but it just sort of, decluttered my mind, and I would like to share something with you as well. So let's try to understand this with a simple example. A lot of us have gone through a breakup, and I'm sorry if someone is going through a breakup. It's a part of life. It's a part of, experiencing relationships and love, and it happens to the best and the worst of us. So when it comes to dealing with a breakup, there are multiple things that people can do after a relationship ends. You can find someone new. You can get back into the dating game immediately. A lot of people cannot jump back into another relationship, so they can probably go towards different habits, like let's say alcohol, smoking, eating random food, eating junk food, craving a lot of sugar, and just sort of filling that emotional void by eating a lot of sugar. And I think a lot of people can also go towards gaming, traveling, different things. But most often than not, a lot of people at the end of the day are suppressing the pain that they have experienced, the loss of a loved one, which is probably worse than death, because when someone dies, you know that there is no coming back. But when someone is alive, you just sit there and you wait for it to probably, like whatever it is that I'm experiencing, probably it's not true, and I can get back with this person again. It doesn't happen for a lot of us, it happens for a lot of us. So that depends. But the intention of this video is to explain you that don't suppress your emotions, because anything that you are trying to suppress right now is sooner or later going to come to you, and it's going to haunt you because you didn't deal with it when you were supposed to deal with it. And it is very human of you and me to try to stay away from pain. You and I literally every single day try to avoid pain. So would you in your normal senses, take a knife and start to cut yourself? No, it's a painful experience. When you are cooking something, you would just take away your hand because you don't want to burn yourself. You want to save yourself, right? So when it comes to pain, that could be physical, that could be mental or emotional, we just want to get rid of it. I just don't want to feel this hurt anymore, or I just want him to text me back, or I just want to call him and fix it because, oh my God, I can't deal with this pain. And it's natural, because we as human beings, we want to avoid pain. We want pleasure and we want less pain, especially in today's world, as this book is going to explain to you that pleasure is so cheap and it is so easily available that you no longer have to work hard to achieve something. So constant social media, constant YouTube shorts, constant Instagram reels, constant just scrolling and eating and Swiggy and Zomato and junk food and sleeping with people, it just happens at the drop of a hat. You no longer have to go through, hello, hi, how are you? Would you like to get to know me? No, let's get in bed and sleep around. So that pleasure and dopamine is so cheap and so accessible that we no longer know how to deal with even the shortest of pain. Imagine, do you have the patience to sit through a video if your internet connection is not right? Or if it's buffering and loading and buffering and loading? Wouldn't you feel annoyed? If you don't get something in 60 minutes or 30 minutes, you would lose your mind, because we live in a world where everything is delivered at our doorstep in 30 minutes, otherwise, paisa return. So when we live in a world like that, how do you ever learn that pain is as true of an emotion as pleasure? And we are supposed to deal with it. We are not supposed to run away from it. So immerse yourself in painful situations. Here are a few things that I have learned in the last few years, especially a lot in the last few weeks. And I have truly immersed myself in pain, and that's the reason I'm capable to sit here and make a video and sympathize with you if you are going through something similar, because I know it's so uncomfortable, and it's just like, I just don't want to feel this anymore. I just want to feel different. I want to forget this feeling. I want to forget what he did. I don't want to see his face. I just don't want it. I just don't want it. I just don't want it. But it's done. It's happened. It's in your brain. And the more you're going to fight it, the more you're going to think about it, the more you're going to register it, and the more your brain is going to act like it. So you have to find a way to move on, and not by suppressing your emotions, but by accepting that we broke up for a reason. And you have to really look deep down into this situation so that you don't end up in a similar place again. With me and relationships, I've almost always ended up with really, really bad, complicated situations, and I completely take the responsibility for it. I am to be blamed for the kind of situations I've had to get myself out of, because I put myself there in the first place, because I have certain issues with the way I treat relationships and with the way I look at men. That's my story. But you have to understand, what did I do wrong this time, and how can I prevent this mistake in future so that I don't end up feeling the same way. I have literally failed at applying this very logic, but this time, if something bad of that sort happens to me, I would probably deal with it much better than 2019 Ankita, who just broke up and she couldn't get out of that relationship and she was constantly going back to him. Because I didn't know what to do here. All of my life was here with him. So I was too scared about the unknown. I was too scared about the future. I was so scared about not feeling what I felt for him ever again in my life, and I didn't want to lose that feeling. But it's fine. I felt that way again for many people after him, and I'm probably going to feel much, much, much better few years down the line with someone else. But I was just scared, and that's the reason I was going back to him. So when you are trying to move on, and when you are trying to get away from the pain, so pain of leaving a person, pain of leaving a food, quitting alcohol, quitting smoking, quitting anything, if you're binge watching porn, if you're binge watching Netflix, there is going to be some pain, and you don't have to always suppress it by finding something else. Oh, I can't do weed, I'll do smoke. I can't do alcohol, I'll do tonic water. I can't do this, I'll do that. No, just don't do it. Be normal, and probably, if you can, find something healthy. So I got a bit into running every time I used to feel that my emotions are feeling a bit too much to me and I need to release it from my body. Okay, so releasing emotions from your body can be done in multiple ways. You can go to the gym, you can go for a run, you can go for a walk, you can talk to someone, you can speak with your friend, you can speak with your therapist, or if these things are not accessible, just take a journal and pen, write it all down, release it all from your body, be as honest as you can, take away the paper, burn it, throw it, and just trash it. Okay, but you have to find a way to sit with yourself, feel the pain, feel the hurt, cry as much as you need to. I just lie down on my floor in the center of my room. I switch on the fan, I open the curtains, I see the beautiful city lights, and I put on some music and I cry. Music makes me cry. So I do that, and I do it intentionally. Like, I am almost at the verge of crying, but mere aansu nahi aa rahe hain, so I want to cry, and I create a situation where I can end up crying. And the minute I do that, I feel so much better. Now, once I'm done crying, I no longer feel like calling him. I no longer feel like going back to my alcohol. I no longer feel like going back to my smoke, my junk food. Nothing. I'm just okay, I'm fine, and I am excited about what is the universe going to bring for me in future. What's next? What's tomorrow going to bring? So just create that excitement within you. If I am leaving my addictive behaviors, so I am going to have some time where I was indulging in these activities. So what new am I capable to become? And what can I do here? So can you join gym? Can you start painting? Can you start learning to play some music? Can you learn how to ride a car, a bike, anything, just random examples. But do something that you've always wanted to do, but you didn't have the time to do. I see so many people, oh, I want to be healthy, I want to sleep on time, but it's not possible. Do it. Just do it. you just have to do it once, and the next day is going to be so much more easier. And 7 days down the line, it wouldn't be as hard as it was on day one. The same is for chocolates and food and cravings. Just this time, I was at a hotel. It was around 9:30 रात को, and I didn't eat dinner that day, and I was supposed to eat dinner with someone, but our plans got cancelled. Something happened, and I was not feeling too well emotionally, and it was just a very down, non-joyful situation for me. And I was in my room. I went outside, and on the table in a hotel, like they serve you, there was some desserts lying, like big chunks of desserts, so chocolate, hazelnut, pistachios and everything. And then there was a fruit bowl here, and they were all on the table. I looked at it, and my first thought is, Ankita, you're probably not going to be able to sleep if you don't get your carbs. So eat something and then go to bed. All of these beautiful desserts in the world could have given me happiness because I was not feeling well, but they didn't, because I have trained my brain to not find joy or pleasure in food and chocolate and sugar, especially when I'm down. So when I'm not feeling well, I don't go to anything to make me feel better that could possibly be addictive for me, and I would need more of it, and it's just going to be that cheap dopamine. I keep myself away from that. So if something is giving me too much of pleasure and it's not healthy for me in the longer run, honey, I'm out of it. So I just pulled a banana, I ate one banana, I went to my bed and I slept, and I woke up in the morning and I was so proud of myself. And it's not the first time I've done it. I really practice what I preach in person as well, even when no one is looking at me and I'm not making reels and videos. But this is just to share with you a real life example of how I have trained myself and how I have reached a place in my life where I am okay to immerse in pain, where I'm okay to sit with myself, where I'm okay to cry, but I don't move towards cheap pleasures. So the moral of this video is, please don't run away from pain. Please live every single thing that life has to offer you. And I know it's hard, okay? If you lose a parent, or if you lose a loved one, or if someone dies, or if something happens wrong around the world, it's such an uncomfortable situation. But I can possibly not know what's coming next. You don't know what's coming next. So what is the best way out? Do we stop living? Do we stop being happy when we have the joyful moments? No, we have to try our best that we are able to keep our own calm and composition, and we are able to move to right things to take care of ourselves, and we don't immerse ourselves in cheap dopamine pleasures. So anything that's making you happy like this, which is addictive in nature, and it's not going to be good in the longer run, and you're going to die if that is not present. Oh, if I don't see Instagram reels for 2 hours, I'm probably going to pass out. Don't ever let your brain get to a situation like that. Like, I need to scroll before I sleep so that I can go to bed. I need to eat some sugar, that only then I feel satiated with my food. I don't think these habits are healthy in the longer run, and this is not to judge anyone. I have been there, you have been there, you're possibly there, probably I can get there tomorrow, but it doesn't matter. All I'm trying to share with you is something that I learned from this book, and I really hope that it helps you as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.